What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Definitely did not anticipate or plan on making two videos in back-to-back days because I don't really do that anymore. And the next video you guys see from me will not be until Sunday. But hey, Konami just revealed the first cards from the brand new Lightning Overdrive Core Booster set. This is of course going to be the set that comes after Blazing Vortex, and to everybody's surprise, or at least to my surprise, this is actually an XC set, or I guess it's a Yuma set. I mean, you put the word Overdrive in the name and it just kind of screams Synchro, and surprise, they put Yuma on the front of the pack. Not just that, but Konami is also, they're bringing back the Zexal weapons. If you guys remember the ZWs from the the XC era or from Zexal era, I think they came out of Cosmo Blazer. They're bringing those back as a nice little touch. So this is really interesting, man. They're bringing back level monsters, bringing back Zexal weapons. Everything feels retro again. Anyways, let's go ahead and start breaking these down. I'm not going to read the stat line on these monsters. I'm simply going to read their effects because you guys can see the stat line. So the first one is going to be a new Zexal warrior, and this is Pegasus Twin Saber. And you can only control one of it because that's just how ZW monsters work. It says if your opponent has 2,000 life points higher than yours, then you can special summon this card from your hand. That's probably more relevant in the OCG because I think they have triple upstart and they have chicken games, so it's much easier in the OCG, but we don't have those cards. Well, we don't have them in those numbers anyways. Third effect says you can target a Utopia monster you control, equip this card so that targets as an equipped spell, it gains 1,000 attack. Fourth effect says once per turn, while this card is equipped to a monster, you can negate any monster effect that activates on your opponent's field. I'm gonna be honest here, I absolutely love this card. I think that this card is fantastic. This feels like probably the best Zexal weapon card, or at least the main deck ones, the ones that like equip themselves. I like it because not only can your Utopia get 1,000 attack, but in addition to that, you also just get free monster negation. So who doesn't like that? And you get it every single turn. You get it for free. Like, to me, this card just feels absolutely excellent. I think that if I was playing a ZW deck, I would definitely run one copy of this. And honestly, I feel like this card could even be splashed into some decks because we do have ways of searching this. The next card actually is going to be able to search it, and that is a ZS Arm Sage. So if you're wondering what a ZS is, it's a Zexal server. This is something that's like brand new. And this monster has a hard once per turn on both of the effects. The first one says if you control exactly one level 4 monster except another copy of itself and no other monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. The second effect says a Utopia XC monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains the effect. When it's XC summoned, you can add a Zexal weapon monster from your deck to your hand. So this is obviously super good. One of the biggest problems with Zexal Warriors is the fact that there wasn't a really easy way of getting to those cards. And I know that they had Leo Arms, which was like an XC monster. I think I pulled one. It was like an ultra rare out of Cosmo Blazer, but that motherfucker was hard to make because Konami foolishly made it a rank 5 instead of making it a rank 4. And this is just a much easier way to get those Zexal monsters or those Zexal weapons. Like, I would love to be able to go straight into a Utopia and then be able to pull out my Pegasus basically for free and give my Utopia some free negation. So I definitely would play this card. I might even splash this, honestly, in some decks that have very strong level 4 normal summons, like Trap Tricks. Think about normal summoning a Myrmilio and then following it up, ending with like a Utopia, and then also having like, monster negation and a trap hole. That feels like that would be pretty good. Next up, we've got another ZS, and this is ZS Ascend Sage. Same stat line as the last card, which you guys will see. Very similar, basically. And it says if you control no other cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. I like that both of these cards kind of have, they're basically like extenders. You don't have to use your normal summon on them. The second effect says a Utopia XC monster that was special summoned with this card on the field gains the following effect. If it's XC summoned, you can add a rank up magic normal spell from your deck to your hand. This is another effect that like the Utopia, I guess, theme has needed for a long time. time. We not only need easy ways of searching ZWs, but we just need some easy ways of getting freaking rank ups, man. And I will say this card has much bigger implications in the TCG than the OCG, because in the OCG, S0 is banned, and in the TCG, obviously we still have it. So if you're talking about being able to just Xyz summon into Utopia and pulling out a rank up from your deck for free, okay, well now you're instantly able to go into S0. And we know that that card is like terrifying. They banned it in the OCG. I think the card is still nuts. I don't care if no one's playing it right now. The card is still incredibly powerful. I definitely look at these level 4 monsters and think that they're solid. We've got the cover card, and this is Dragonic Utopia Ray. It's a rank 5, which is interesting, and I thought there'd be a way to inherently rank this baby up, but there just isn't. Its name always counts as number 39 Utopia Ray, which as far as I can tell is only relevant with a couple of older like ZWs. I thought that you'd be able to rank this guy up, but you can't. Once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack or an effect, you can equip the Zexal weapon from your deck or your hand to this card as if it was equipped by its effect. Second effect, once per turn, you can detach a material, then target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of ZW monsters equipped to this card, negate the effects. This card, in my opinion, could have 100% redeemed itself if that second effect was a quick effect. If that second effect was a quick effect, this card would have been bonkers, because then you would have been able to negate not just monsters, but you would have been able to negate spells and traps. And just think about, you know, decks that want to activate Lightning Storm and pot cards and terraforming and all these other, you know, amazing powerful spells. Like, you just would have been able to negate all of those every single turn, or I guess as long as you still had materials on this card. I do kind of like the idea of equipping a ZW on this card and then getting another ZW for free, but this card just feels like it's too difficult to make. Like, I don't understand why this isn't either a rank 4 or why you can't just inherently rank it up. I mean, they just gave us Zeus for Pete's sake, and Zeus even looks like a Utopia card, and you can just see Zeus on like freaking Zodiac monsters. So I don't know why you can't just slap this sucker on a Utopia or something like that. I mean, obviously, rank ups are going to be easier to get to, but I feel like Konami kind of missed an opportunity there, especially because it's a cover card. We've got a new ZWXC monster. I believe this is only the second one. Leo Arms from Cosmo Blazer should be the other. This is Dragonic Halber, and it's a rank 5, just like Leo Arms was, which was the downfall of Leo Arms in my opinion. It cannot attack directly. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, and you can add a Zexal spell or trap from your deck to your hand. I believe that this is the first when it comes to Zexal spells and traps. I think Zexal cards have only ever been like Xyz monsters or Zexal weapons, but I could be wrong about that. Effect number 3, you can target a Utopia monster you control. You can equip this card to that target as an equipped spell. Gains 3,000 attack. That is taken exactly from the old Leo Arms. Fourth effect says, when the equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon any number of ZW monsters equipped to the equipped monster. I mean, that's okay. I guess they kind of want that to synergize with the new Dragonic Utopia. I guess maybe they want you to be able to get 2 ZW weapons on it really quickly, and then if it destroys something, you summon those 2 ZW monsters. But then I don't know. I feel, don't you kind of lose the benefits of the ZW monsters? I feel like it's a little counterproductive unless you're going for game. I don't know. These Xyz monsters don't really feel all that good. The main deck monsters feel excellent in my opinion. This is kind of weird. We've got a new rank up card. In my opinion, that was to be expected. This is Rank Up Magic Zexal Force. Second effect, hard once per turn. First effect, target an Xyz monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck a Utopia or a ZW that's 1 rank higher than that monster you targeted by using it as materials. And then you place a ZW or a ZS monster from the top of your deck, or from your deck to the top of your deck. It's treated as a, you know, an Xyz summon, and obviously the materials transfer. Second effect, if your opponent's life points are 2,000 higher than yours, banish this card from your graveyard, draw 1 card. They're really going on those you know, whole life point gap. I love that second effect. It just goes without saying, like, drawing cards in Yu-Gi-Oh is super good. Free draws obviously is even better when you're just talking about just banishing and getting a free draw. I like the first effect of this card. It's kind of just a rank up, but it does allow you to go into a ZW or Utopia. I don't understand why the stacking effect is mandatory, because it forces you. I get they want you to draw the card. I just don't understand why it's not optional. I just felt like, I don't know, I feel like it should have been optional. Like, what if I don't want to stack my deck? Anyways, we have Zexal Construction. A lot of people are super excited about this one. Hard once per turn. It says reveal one card in your hand, and if you do, add one of these cards below from your deck to your hand, then shuffle the revealed card into your deck. So this can either get you a Zexal weapon, a ZS, a Zexal Speller Trap, a rank up magic spell, or a rank down magic spell. I'm not gonna lie, that is a very strong card pool to work with. I mean, that's 5 different types, including the new ZS monsters. This card is a neg 1, but it does such a lot of cards. And this, to me, is like one of those cards that I guess in the future should inherently get better, because it's not like they're going to stop giving Yuma more support. I mean, he is a main protagonist. Next up is Zexal Trust. This is a normal spell with a hard once per turn on both of the effects. First effect says target a Utopia, ZW, or ZS monster in your graveyard. Either add it to your hand or special summon it. Second effect, if your opponent's life points are 2,000 higher than yours at least, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, banish this card, then target a Zexal Speller Trap in your graveyard, add it to your hand. It can't be another copy of Entrust. So many of these can't use them. The turn that they're sent to the graveyard effects just feel incredibly slow. In my opinion, this is no different. The first effect's okay. I mean, I think it's not bad. Basically, it's either a monster reborn or a warrior returning alive, and I feel like you have a pretty good card pool to work with. I mean, you're gonna be summoning Utopia turn 1 with these cards, like ideally every single turn. So if nothing else, you at least get your Utopia back, and maybe you can pull out some of your Zexal weapons. Now, the last card is a trap. It's kind of trash in my opinion. It feels kind of gimmicky. I think it's just supposed to be like an anime theme type card, which I guess technically all these are. Zexal Alliance, normal trap. If a face-up exceed monster or monsters you control are destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, pay life points so that you only have 10 left. Special summon one Utopia monster from your graveyard, and if you do, place one card from your deck on top of your deck. Then this special summon monster's attack becomes doubled, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle except with another number monster. Obviously, the whole number monsters can only destroy number monsters. It's from the anime. I mean, this is cool. I guess you can stack rank up the 7th one on top of your deck and then resolve that, and that's kind of, you know, that's kind of neat. But honestly, like, you have to have a Utopia in the graveyard to basically resolve this, and only having 10 life points is not very reassuring. Even if you do have a monster that can't be destroyed by card effects and has double attack, there's a lot of ways to get rid of Yu-Gi-Oh cards without actually having to destroy them. You can bounce them. You can also just target this card, like target it with something like Impermanence and then turn the effect off and then just blow it up. So actually, no, I don't think that would work. Yeah, I think the protection is from the trap card itself, but you could still just negate the monster, and there are just easy enough ways to get monsters off the field. I mean, maybe it's, you know, more practical than I thought. If this was a quick play, okay, maybe then it kind of could be like a game ender, but as a trap card, it just feels a little too slow, and feels like things could go badly, because if you have like any other monsters, like you can't take any damage at that point. You're at 10 life points. Anyways, what do you guys think of the new Yuma support? You leave that in the comment section below. Also, what do you want to see from the rest of this set? Thank you guys for watching as always.